We just mixed up our first batch of dough with the starter that we just made. It just took us 7 days. We made this awesome starter. Now we're making dough. We're gonna make our first 2 loaves of bread. But now we have leftover starter. What do we do with this? All right, take a look at this. I'll weigh it for you. This is what this jar weighs right now. So we know that my jar weighs 430 grams. And inside, there should be 42 grams here according to the scale. It says 472. So we've got 42 grams of starter left over here. Now you have some choices. Now you can choose to leave this on the counter, on the folded towel, covered, off to the side until tonight. If you want to make bread tomorrow, again, make 2 more loaves, get your practice in, you know. This is a skill to be acquired, you need more practice. But tonight, we need to plan ahead. So if you're choosing to make bread tomorrow, tonight we have 40 grams. How do we get back to 200 grams? Well, you're gonna feed it a 1:2:2 ratio. And our starter looked great this morning in my environment with my water and flour temperature and air temperature, and 10-hour feeding window seemed perfect for me. You can adjust now based on what your starter did this morning. So maybe feed it at 8 or 9 o'clock tonight, maybe 10 o'clock if it's real warm at your house. And then you could change your ratio a little bit. But I'm thinking 1:2:2, so that means I'm gonna feed this 40 grams, 80 grams of flour, 80 grams of water mixed together in the morning. Boom, it's amazing, it's huge, it's ready to party and wants to make more dough. That's a choice. And you can go on that cycle like ad nauseum, infinity, forever and ever, as long as you have flour and water. What if you want to break though? This is that choice. So right now, I am choosing to take this brand new starter that we just made over the last 7 days, and I'm gonna give it a rest because I have another starter and I'm doing some other projects. So this guy's going in the fridge. The refrigerator is gonna slow everything down, and it'll make it so I don't have to feed it, I don't have to discard it, I don't have to make bread, I don't have to do anything with it other than let it be safe and happy in the refrigerator. So I'm still gonna feed this a 1:2:2 ratio because I like having 200 grams of material in here because I know I can push it out to 14 days and it'll still be okay in there just because of the amount, total volume. I know it's a ratio and it should be the same if I did 10 grams and 20 and 20, but it doesn't work that way. It breaks down faster in a smaller amount. I have water and flour pre-measured. You know how this works. We've been doing this all week. Only change is we're going 1:2:2. And I'm going 40 grams of my starter that we just measured, 42 grams, whatever. And I'm adding 80 grams of room temperature filtered water, just like we've been doing all week. Mix it into solution. And then we're going flour. I know I have 2 measuring cups. I couldn't fit 80 grams in one, at least not into a measuring cup that makes it easy to pour it into the jar. So 80 grams of bread flour, just like we've been feeding it all week. Mixed together, thick, sticky mass. You should be a pro at this by now, right? No water puddles, no flour clumps. And we're gonna scrape it down with a spatula. And nothing's really gonna be different here except for maybe 2 things. So it's gonna go in the fridge. I recommend putting a date on this thing. That is the other thing. So grab a piece of painter's tape or whatever you want and label it with the date. And put it in a place in the fridge where you're gonna see it. Like in the door of the fridge. Like there it is, boom, you open the fridge and you see it. So you don't forget about it. If you do forget about it for a long time, it will develop a dark layer of gray liquid on the top and all is not lost. You can certainly bring it back to life. But you know, set something on your calendar up for 10 days from now. And in 10 days from now, I'll link to the video description below, managing your starter every 7 to 10 days. And those will be your instructions for how to bring this back to life and get it fired up and ready to make more dough. So that's it. This is, you know, mark the level. You will see it make a little bit of a run because there is ambient temperature in here and it'll take a while for the fridge to kind of cool it down. And even under refrigeration, it will have some activity. So, you know, lid on loose, it's going to produce a little bit of gases. And that's it. You're cool, you're cruising, you're taking a break, whenever you want to pull this out and go again, even if it's before the 10-day mark, you want to make bread in like 3 or 4 days, same instructions. Go to managing your starter every 7 to 10 days, and that'll get you back out here and ready to make dough again. So that's what I'm doing with the leftover starter, and maybe I'll throw in another video of the next time I use this, just special for this brand new starter. So that is it. If you're choosing this path, you're cruising. You're on autopilot.